talking mileage, okay? You got two different ways you can do it. You can track all the gas that you accrued over the year. Keep all your receipts for your gas. And you always want to do that just in case. Or you can track miles. Now, if you're tracking miles, you can track gas as well, but you can only track gas, money spent on gas for your equipment. All right. Now, I'm not gonna get into all that. I mean, I know some of you guys' eyebrows are raising, and you're thinking, well, you know, just be smart, guys. Don't do nothing stupid. So, if you're tracking your miles, I don't have a tip for your gas. You need to just keep your receipt, get a shoebox, keep it in your truck, and every time you get gas for your equipment, put that receipt in your shoebox. You know. But as far as tracking your miles, Mile IQ, look it up on the App Store. It is a device that you can turn on and off whenever you need to. And it will automatically, as soon as you get in a vehicle, and only when you're in a vehicle, track your miles for you. It'll know your exact location. Like, you could be sitting still in the car, and it still knows you're in the car. I think the government just knows everything about us. But hey, you know what? Stop fighting it, people. We got it, use it, just be smart about it. And you know, the nice thing about it is, if I turn it off, I can turn it off whenever I want. It'll automatically turn back on the next morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. So if I get done at the end of a day, and I know that I no longer am going to be driving for work-related drives, I can shut it off, and it'll automatically turn back on at 7 o'clock. Now, you can preset it for any time you want, but 7 o'clock is a good time for me. That way, by the time I'm on the road, then I know it's going to be back for business. So, something to look into, Mile IQ. That way you'll never miss a mile. I'd rather forget to turn it off and track miles that were made for non-work stuff and then go through them. And if anybody's messed with Tinder or any of those dating websites or anything like that, at the end of a day, it'll show you all the trips that you've made, and you can swipe left for personal, swipe right for business. Fantastic piece of equipment. I recommend that you look into it. Second, a lot of you guys, small business owners, and you're wondering how you can keep track of all your lawns and stuff, and how fast you can do them, and what you can do them in, and also your books and billing and everything. Well, I've got it all for you in one more app. It's called FreshBooks. It's the second biggest competitor to QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the accounting service we all know and love, and it's a great deal, but it's such a broad spectrum that it covers multi-million dollar, I take that back, I wouldn't say multi-million dollar, I'd say, you know, hundreds of thousands, you know, three-figure easy companies, all the way down to the mom and pop store can use QuickBooks. But that's the problem with it, is that it has the capabilities to handle all that. So that being said, for those small end guys like us, it's kind of hard to narrow in and find some of the things that you might be looking for to try to fine-tune your accounting just to fit you. Now, if you're bigger, it has more options, more things. So we're looking for simplicity right now. We don't need all these options and everything. Now, later on, when you want to progress and you want to evolve into something, you can swap everything over, especially with this FreshBooks. Check that out. It's a free app. You can download it on your phone. I think you get 30 days free, and then after that, you got to start paying for it, but it's only like $10 a month. It is worth every penny, guys. Not only can I track invoices, estimates, clients, expenses. When I track my expenses, anything, any of those things I mentioned and a lot more, after you track all that stuff and you're constantly plugging it in, for example, my expenses, you buy something, doesn't matter what it is, take a picture of it, you lose that receipt, it's on there, okay? You'll never lose it. It'll always be in the FreshBooks cloud. Don't be afraid to use that stuff, guys. It's encrypted. It's personally just for you. And it's wonderful. Just think, how many times do you lose receipts? Well, not anymore. I've got an actual photocopy of the receipt, not to mention a filled out log a quick little fill out where you can put in the price, the vendor, the client, the date, any notes that you want on that receipt, and then at the end of every month or at the end of the year or every day, if you're doing a lot of business, you can print out reports, have them sent to your email, you can have them sent to your accountant, you can have them, however you guys want to do it. And when I say it's easy, you guys are going to open up the FreshBooks account. You're going to look at it. Just go to and check it out. FreshBooks.com or the FreshBooks app on Google Play or the Apple iStore, whatever you got, Android or iPhone. But it'll look so simple and so few buttons on the screen that you never, no, this can't be serious. This won't be able to keep up with what I've got going on. Well, do not ever, don't think like that. Don't back yourself in the corner and think, if I'm not paying $1,000 for it, it ain't worth it. If it's not shiny and have all the bells and whistles, then it's not going to perform the same. That is absolutely not the truth. So check it out. And like I was saying about the reports, at the end of the whole day or whatever it is, it will show you the growth in your company. Now you've been logging in all your expenses, your invoice. It'll track money owed to you. It'll track outstanding bills. It'll track maybe there's a customer you haven't gotten anything from in a while. It'll show customers that you haven't dealt with or had anything to do with in a while. It will man, it's just limitless. But anyways, it'll break it down in a graph and pie graph, bar graph. It'll also break it down in a spreadsheet and show you exactly where all your money's going and separate it according to how you categorized it, whether it was expenses, and then once you get into expenses, you can shrink it down even more into personal, gas, equipment, supplies, things like that. Or you can do it on the flip side and do entertainment, gas, restaurants, dining. It's got everything you can think of. So at the end of the month, you can look at this and then goes, okay, in the equipment category, I've spent $10,000 this month, and then this and this. So you can see your business grow, or if it's declining, what you need to change. So those two things, Mile IQ, guys, FreshBooks, check them out. You don't have to try them. Just check them out, research them, read about it a little bit, do your homework,